Why you should socialize. Now, when it comes to socializing, I'm a professor, I'm a doctor. I got my certificates. No, I'm joking. But socializing is so important, and especially in today's day and age where a lot of, socializing is done online, which is quite sad because most people need to interact physically to like there's just the biology and like the science behind just socializing physically, like making that eye connection with someone, like just just all the blood cells and like there are some like I wish I was a scientist. I would be able to break it down for you, but there's so many benefits to being like physically with someone, going out with them and socializing and spending time with them. And like have you ever seen like most young kids or like young teenagers of today's generation? They go out and they literally, you just see them like majority of the time they spend together, they're just on their phones laughing. Maybe they'll show their friend a clip of like a TikTok that they just saw, but there's no discussions happening most of the time. If you're even lucky like to see your friends or like family members physically, most of the time we just on our phones, Zoom meetings, this meeting, that meeting, and we leave no time to socializing, which is terrible like for our health, because you actually benefit like mentally positively from socializing physically with someone else. So I'm gonna tell you, of course, for me personally, I'm someone that already, I love talking. That's the reason I am on the other side of this lens, and I love speaking. I love whether it's waffling, saying a lot of BS, or if it's just me like literally speaking about something I'm passionate about, or if it's just me talking, having fun, like trolling. I just love speaking. I love educating. I love, just being around or in the presence of other people and communicating with them, just literally speaking to new people. I love it all. I love socializing, and I've always been this type of person, so I can't like say, oh yeah, like this is where I started improving my social skills. But I can like theoretically say that. Like I remember, I would say like secondary school, I was like someone that spoke a lot, maybe a bit too much, and I would never like listen. Of course, at the same time, like socializing involves listening, and the more you listen, the more you learn, the more you soak up information, the more you realize people's tendencies and habits and vices, etc., and body language, mannerisms, facial expressions, people's demeanor. You realize a lot more when you socialize with people. And I would say I would say the last 2 3 years, so like roughly 2 3 4 years. So when I got my SIA license, I mean I've always like been in jobs, like I've always been working since I was 16. I'm 24 now, and I've always like been working. And but like my first couple jobs were like waiter. I was a waiter, so there wasn't really much talking. It was just serving, and maybe, oh, could you get me some bread? And then they'll slide in a tip into my pocket. And then I really enjoyed being a waiter because obviously free food, and like they were paying decently. You dress like smart. You meet a lot of nice like uh famous people and stuff like that sometimes. And there was a lot of like structure and stuff like that. And you would usually meet a lot of like employees, other people, from similar backgrounds and stuff like that. And of course you could build a relationship with them. But in those type of jobs, it's like really hard to find someone that like well, me personally, that I could resonate with, and like share similar goals and stuff like that. Obviously when I was younger, I didn't really care about like self-improvement and stuff like that, only as I got older. So I remember like I got my SIA badge 3 4 years ago, and this is like a security industry authority. It's like a badge that you get like a card, and it's like a license basically to work in security. So I still have this security. I still have my security license. And I remember like when I started doing this job, I realized how much I actually genuinely really like socializing. And like, of course, being a security, being in the security industry, I was like working in different sites, Brick Lane, maybe you've heard of it, um, and it's like in East London, and it's like a place where like you meet a lot of different types of people, and I used to meet like famous people, loads of women, loads of like, you know, men similar age as me, a lot of, you know, just different people from all types of different walks in life. And I would say I never really like enjoyed security because you just stand there like almost like you're just a doorman, you're just standing there, you just, you know, making sure you're keeping the premise safe and stuff like that. I never really enjoyed security. Like I've had so many opportunities to go back, but I just my mental health, I just don't like stuff like that. Like it's a great job. Like if I had no other choice, I would go back to it, of course, but like I just don't really like the atmosphere and stuff like that. And like my mental health was depreciating, which of course I focus on. So it's like, what's the point of this job? Like, it does pay well, but like, and you do you see a lot of people. But you know, the problem with security is that you have to stand by that door. You kind of don't really need to talk to anyone. You just need to. So like, you can't really, it's like, yeah, you can speak to people, but you can't really speak to people at the same time because you have to like be focused. Sometimes you're holding a clicker and like you're clicking people in, and if you get distracted, you start losing count, then your manager starts getting onto you. So it's, or if you're talking too much, your manager gets onto you. If literally so many scenarios where like it's just like this job is so like it's so shit, and it's like you're just standing there for like 8 hours, 8 hour shifts, maybe one break in between, one or two breaks. And yeah, it's not really, I didn't really benefit a lot from that. But then of course after that job I started, you know, I've done so many things, delivery, driving, so many different jobs. um but I would say like the job where I learned a lot from like to or the job where I improved my social skills the most would be charity fundraising, so raising money for charities, and also like numerous like sales jobs as well, where you're like persuading and convincing people to buy stuff and stuff like that, or like building rapport, so like getting to know them and stuff like that. But I would say like more in like charity sell like fundraising, where essentially you have like an outfit, you're representing a certain charity, and you go outside and you you have like a specific location, and you are there with like a team of people, and like you're all trying to raise money for this charity, and of course you get like perks and bonuses and stuff like that. But I would say that's where I really like adapted the most. And I did have like similar jobs like this in the past as well, where like I would sell booklets and stuff like that, or like children's interactive books, like door to door and stuff like, all similar jobs. But like this specific job that I had like recently, like in the last 2 years, where I was doing like charity fundraising and stuff like that, I genuinely would say that my communication skills has like improved so much more. Like I know how to retain a conversation with someone, be it an elderly person or a young person. I know how to like get people's attention. I know how to persuade them. I know how to like handle objections. So if they weren't willing to do this, I would be able to, you know, build a bit more rapport and, you know, get them more on my side, and get them to support the cause and stuff like that. And also you speak to so many, and I'm just being transparent and open and honest, you speak to so many like more women. So of course, like I'm not gonna say like I had bad intentions, but like my intentions were always clear. Like I wasn't like focused primarily on like, yeah, I need to get goals, because that's not really my focus. I'm more focused on like improving my purpose, getting to my bag, standing on business, you know, just taking care of myself, my family, and the people around me. And like if a woman wants to step into my life, then absolutely amazing. But like of course I would be out there like testing my skills, seeing if I still have it and stuff like that, like speaking to girls, getting their numbers, trying to set up dates and stuff like that. And it's great. It's great on the perspective of like improving your game and like your confidence, because like at the end of the day, like if you don't improve, if you don't get rejected, if you don't go through that phase of like just being able to be comfortable speaking to a lot of women, when you do find your wife, you're not gonna, one, be fun, you're not gonna have much to say, you'll be nervous, you won't lead her as much. You know, there will just be so many things that like will be flaws, and then you would have to go get that experience, but you're in a relationship now, so it would just cause more issues for you. Of course, I made a video recently, why you should date, and I would of course highly recommend dating. Like if you are in a relationship but you suck at like relationships or dating and stuff like that, or even socializing, then of course, yeah, like take your girl out on more dates, try to go out more and, you know, socialize with people. But yeah, definitely just like, you know, getting that type of job allowed me to get rejected a lot, to build my like fear of rejection back up again, and like to build my confidence approaching women and men, of course, like in that instance of course trying to get the sale and stuff like that. And also, you know, you like sometimes you meet famous people, sometimes you meet a lot of, you know, very intelligent older people and stuff like that. So it was a great opportunity of experience, and I definitely learnt and earned a lot of money from doing that. Of course, my passion in life is singing, and of also content creating as well. And like at the end of the day, I like I had an option to choose whether I wanted to do either comedy and entertainment, which I kind of still do, like ish, sort of, and educational, like entertainment, but also like educating. Like if you watch this video, you're gonna gain value from this video. There's something you're gonna take away from it, and when you go out on the streets, you'll remember my like me telling you, yes, like go take that opportunity, like go speak to that person, whether you get rejected or not, whether they're better looking than you or not. Go take that opportunity, go take more risks, and go socialize more. So these are just a few things that you can do to work on your socializing skills. I will give you a few more tips. I think personally why you should socialize is, well, one, to improve your communication skills. So a lot of people are like foreigners, or you know, they're not born in this country. Like me, I'm not born in this country, but that's why like sometimes I do fumble on some words. I wasn't like raised in like an English, like I was raised with a lot of like uncles and aunties and my parents speaking like broken English to me, and like uh, also like our native language. So like it wasn't really, and then I did miss a lot of school, so I missed a lot of education and stuff like that. I would say my English is like advanced now, like I'm very proficient, but of course like that was all through like practice. So improving your social skills would definitely be a factor that you could gain from socializing. So of course, I think that's the most important thing. If you're like a foreigner or you're not from this country, I was going to say that like going out there, socializing with more people. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be in London, like wherever you're from, but just going out there, socializing with people around that, you know, that area that you live in, can improve your like communication skills and like your body language, how you express yourself, and just being more understood. Like people, like the more people you speak to, the more you'll realize I have to actually adjust the way I speak to certain people so they can understand me. Like a lot of my friends say, oh, Paul, why do you talk differently when you speak to like people in shops, like you know, the shopkeeper and stuff like that. Like I'm not gonna say like where, okay, I'll say like, you know, convenience stores, like usually there's like a shopkeeper there, and like his English ain't that great, so I'll be like, boss, yeah, water, how much water? £5? Brother, no man, that's too much, man. And like I'll just, you know, like I'll just like keep all my words very simple and like change my accent a little bit. Well, it makes it a little bit more fun, you know, like sometimes in life you have to be at least perceived as someone that's fun, and then also understood as well. You need to be understood. Obviously, if I'm talking to a girl now, the man has to like, do you get it? So obviously, like, it just depends on the person, guys. Literally, it just depends on the person. Um, but yeah, enough of my rant. So genuinely, I think like you should improve your social skills. One, so you can persuade people easier. Two, so you can build that confidence and resilience. Three, to improve your social skills. Four, there's so many reasons. Like you could improve your social skills, and literally just by the way, just because you've spoken to so many people from so many different walks of life, more people will find you more attractive. More people will actually give you more attention when they're speaking to you because you just know how to handle conversations good. So at the end of the day, it's like, if someone puts 10,000 hours into something, they're going to be an expert in that field. So I wouldn't say per se, I probably have got like 10,000 hours of like social experience, which is amazing. But like, I can still improve my communication skills. I can still improve my persuasion skills. And how do you do this? You literally go out of your way. It could be with a friend, by yourself. Go out, socialize with people. If you're in a close setting, try to speak to like 50% of the people there. Like, it's so dumb. Like, most people will say, oh yeah, don't like talk to all the girls there and stuff like that. I mean, okay, fair enough, because you don't want to seem like someone that's like needy or like pressing for or showing off or giving off like, you know like energy that's like you want sex. You don't want to give off that type of energy. So obviously, like, maybe within different vicinities of the specific place, you could, just interact with certain girls there and stuff like that. And or guys there as well. I mean, if you're a girl, of course, or if you're whatever, whatever you're part of, whatever community you're part of. But like, yeah, genuinely, just try to speak to as many people as you can. Make it something that's just normal. Like, even if you just walk past someone and they're looking at you and like you're just walking past them, like, just maybe give them a smile, wave at them. Hi, nice to meet you. How you doing? And just keep it stepping. Like, literally, just improve your communication skills by speaking to as many people as you can. If you're someone that's not really like an outgoing person, then I would say like try go out with like a friend that is like maybe more bubbly or more outgoing, and that way they will encourage you to speak to more people as well. You could also make it a challenge. Let's see how many, just make it fun. Make it fun. At the end of the day, if you make things fun, then you'll actually have a good, like, you'll enjoy the time that you spent doing that thing, even if it's just for experience purposes. You're like, I can see, like, because the light is like right here, I can see like freaking hairs like just moving. But anyway, personally, I think this is something that would definitely benefit you. And if you could improve your social skills, if you could become more of a social person, you will definitely become more attractive. You will definitely gain more attention and stuff like that. And I think it will definitely benefit, like, if you're in a relationship, or if you plan to get into a relationship, or also your relationship with friends and families. Like, it will improve that because you just want to speak, you want to talk more, like, you want to communicate with people more, you want to listen, you want to hear people's stories and stuff. Like, you're actually genuinely, you're not just that type of, hey, how are you? Oh, that's good. What did you do today? Oh, I did that. Oh, okay. uh uh well, it was nice meeting you, bye. Like, what the hell? You gain nothing from that conversation. But like, if you go up to someone and you was like, what is your deepest desire? And then that person tells you, like, at night I like to, whatever, like, whatever that desire might be from that person, or like whatever they might desire. But like, them telling you that desire, and then you just go into like a deep conversation where like you're learning so much about this person, and also you're learning about how people like respond to certain things, and you're actually genuinely having a good like conversation. You can feel like you're zoned in, like you're genuinely just having a great interaction, as opposed to like dull conversations. And then eventually those dull conversations just start to repeat themselves, and then eventually people start cutting you off because you're like boring and like you just have no great social skills. Then you just start coming across like nervous when you speak, and now people start saying, oh, he has like social anxiety, or like he's not like socially aware and stuff. You don't want to be classed or put into that type of category, or like he's scaring the women away. Like, oh god, you never want to be like that. And I have friends that I know that are like that, and it is quite sad, and I do try to encourage them, but it's difficult. You know, you can't change someone that's not willing to change, so you have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to take that action. So hopefully you found some value from this video. If you haven't, then stay tuned for the next video. Make sure, guys, to like this video, comment down below, subscribe to the video, and share it with friends, because I think someone will find some value from this. Even if it's not you, or maybe you did find value, then share it with a friend that might also find some value. Don't keep everything to yourself. Remember, I'm trying to create a generation of men that can be strong leaders in the future, and we can only do this with your help. So thank you guys genuinely for watching. It's been your boy Paul Khadar. I love you guys all, and we out. Peace.